come back and just remain like that. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And a blessed Thanksgiving to you. It's nice to be together as always, and to remember that we have much to be thankful for. I want to share a few announcements about our service, and then say a few words about being grateful, and then we'll move into our liturgy for today. Readers, I'm so grateful. I asked volunteers on Sunday for readers. We've got plenty of readers. If you just come up to the lectern to do your reading, that would be excellent. As the readers are reading, if it's not a responsive reading, I would invite you not to look along in your bulletin. I'd invite you to let this be something that you just listen to and see what that does for you in terms of just hearing the words that are coming to you. That's especially important for the traditional American reading because what's in the bulletin is not what's going to be shared with you. So you want to be listening to that instead of trying to read along. That won't work. We put the readings in the bulletin so that you can bring them home and share them with folks around your Thanksgiving tables in case you want to do that. And Karen will say more about that in terms of something a little different we're doing this year. Offering. We will collect an offering. As you might have heard, the food bank, thanks be to God, the food bank is filled to overflowing. So we're asking this year that instead of, along with your food offerings, because I know we sent out an email blast yesterday requesting food donations, and that's fine. There are people that need them, and we'll get the food donations to the right place. But we're also asking you to make a monetary donation. Now, if you do that, you need to designate on your check whether it's for the food bank, or we're dividing the money between the food bank and ELCA World Hunger, correct? The offerings outside the congregation will be given to the Food Bank of Westchester and ELCA World Hunger, split evenly. But there's also a Thanksgiving offering that we collect in the church. So how are we going to know if it's to stay here or to go outside? If you just write food on your check, then we'll know that it's to go outside the church and be used for the food bank and for ELCA World Hunger. So that's all you have to do is write food on your check or designate that in the envelope that you use in the pew in front of you for your offering. For our closing hymn, for the last song, which is America the Beautiful, there is a slideshow that goes along with it. So if you want to kind of try and know the words and look at the slideshow, that would be helpful. Kind of a nice slideshow, evoking images of America. All the images are from America, so scenes from nature are from our country. Finally, some thanks are due, appropriately. Thanks are due to people who helped to put the service together and to make it the experience that it is. Of course, ACO and the Ringers for a great job this morning already. To John Mermy, not only for leading us in our song by playing the organ, but also for an offering on the Native American flute. To the Worship Music and Arts Committee that looked over the service and said, let's do this and let's do that, and tries to keep it fresh and current and meaningful to the altar, for the beautiful display on the altar. And to Luke, who helped me pick some new slides for the slideshow so that it could be different and fresh. Thanks. And thanks to all of you for being here, and to Pete for coordinating the ushers and being our usher this morning. You ever talk to somebody on the phone or in conversation and they say thanks all the time even when it doesn't seem to fit with what you just said? Like somebody calls you up and asks you to do something. I notice that I do this sometimes too. They ask me to do something and I say sure, and they say thanks and I say no, thank you. Like I wonder sometimes, am I thanking them for giving me more work to do? Like what's that all about? And then I realized that sometimes thanks is just it's almost an automatic response to a conversation that we have or interchange with other people. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Because it occurred to me the other day that in light of God's gifts to us, thanksgiving is our most appropriate response. If you look at it in terms of what God does for us and then how we respond to God, certainly Easter is the central holiday on our Christian calendar. It's the celebration of this wonderful, wonderful thing that God has done for us in giving us the gift of the Son, who then gives us the gift of eternal life. But if you look at it from the other direction, maybe Thanksgiving should be our primary holiday because it reminds us that we have so much for which we are thankful and thankful to God. And it occurs that at times in our lives when maybe things aren't going so well, when we feel very oppressed by circumstances or the world around us or struggle within our family or loss, if we can find one reason to be thankful, one reason to be grateful, then maybe that helps to turn our sense of what's going on around a little bit. I was so impressed and grateful that so many people who were affected by Hurricane Sandy managed to be thankful in the midst of that. Can you imagine? Yeah. Thankful even though they were without power for 12 days, for instance, in some cases. Thankful that it wasn't worse. I heard that a lot. Maybe you did too as you were talking to people. How thankful they were that it wasn't worse than it. It could have been worse. And they thought about the folks in the Rockaways and in New Jersey and in Staten Island who lost so much. And still there was an ability there to express gratitude for the gifts that we have, for the life that still flows within us and through us. And one of the most wonderful parts of being the pastor of this congregation, of being a pastor at all, is that you get to know a little bit about people's lives. And when things turn around, you get to see the sense of relief on their faces and this very deep gratitude when things work out all right, even though it never seemed like that was going to happen. So Thanksgiving, what a great day to be together, to specifically, in our case today, to give thanks for this country in which we live and the many blessings that we enjoy as citizens of the United States and that we get to share with the world because of our sense of mission and compassion for others. To be thankful for the company that will gather around our Thanksgiving tables today, to be thankful to be together as the people of God, and thankful for the many gifts that God continues to give us. It's a great day, and we have lots of reasons to be thankful. And so we say thanks to God for the blessings that we enjoy. I invite you to please stand as we begin with the hymn for the beauty of the earth.